I miss games a lot. I miss that, Bing Bong's, the candy store, I worked there. And, Guardians, the Guardians store. Those were the 3 places that I would work and nowhere else. Bing Bong's was my favorite place to work. Making the drinks was literally the most fun thing there. And there was always something to do. I made a lot of friends there. Most of the older people will work mornings. I never worked mornings because I hate working mornings. But even, like, the older people, like, at least in games, most of them are pretty cool once they kind of warm up to you. But I mostly worked nights, so I mostly didn't see them. Defense crawl. Who would work there now? Curtis, Sandra, Sal, Kayla, I'm trying to think of who still works games a lot, because most of the people I worked with moved to a different store as their, like, home. I should have used Bubble Beam. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Psywave, okay. That's pretty crazy. Like you said, it's such a small world. Man, I worked the last couple days before the park closed. I remember, I think that morning I was talking to Ghost Warrior, actually. And I was telling them, like, oh no, the parks aren't gonna close. They literally just said that they weren't gonna close. And then half an hour later, they sent out a release that they were closing the parks. Hey, but you know what? After this, you're gonna be graduated, and then you can start looking for more jobs, for what you want. That's really awesome. Yeah, they're nice. I only know that they work there now a lot because I've passed them. I haven't really worked with either of them that much, especially Sal. But that game, Heimlex, was my favorite game to be at. Because it was mostly adults and you can kind of like mess with them for being really bad because they always come up so cocky. Especially guys with their girlfriends. It's so funny. They're like, oh, this is easy, and they throw down $5 to play, and you're like, okay, dude. There were those times, though, that you would get the guy who would come up and just slay. I think the most I've ever gotten into one of those games was 7. Because you had for people who don't know, you had like a cutout of Heimlich in front of you, and you had to throw little candy corns in. We threw candy corn at each other all the time. We would literally throw candy corn across games. Like, there'd be times that I was at Wally, and I would just chuck a candy corn at somebody at Bullseye. Yeah, that sounds about right for her. I never worked with Sal, so I don't really see how he is, but it doesn't surprise me. You can only take so much of the not great questions. I'll say that. As anyone who's worked guest-facing obviously knows. At Disney, though, because I like my job, I try a lot more. I'm a lot more patient with people. But when I worked with Ghost, the way I talked to people when I worked with him was, like, I'm surprised I didn't get more people complaining. Whoops. I keep doing that. I think it's more just being impatient. I don't think I was that bad. Nah, I was pretty bad. Dude, one time Harmon shadowed me when I was talking to someone, and when we were done, he literally looked at me and he was like, "Dude, how can you talk to people like that?" He was absolutely in shock. That was near the tail end though, when I 100% checked out and I was done. I wouldn't put up with stupid questions. He was like, "Bro, I can't believe you actually talk to people like that." Oh, drunk guests are the worst. They're literally the worst. Oh, Poliwag's dead. Yeah, when he said that, I was helping out a guest who was looking at routers, and he told me he wanted a router that that the government couldn't hack into. And right when he said that, it was like one of the first things that he said. I was already over it. I told him he wasn't important enough for anybody to hack. That makes sense. A lot of people say they're gonna leave. They don't leave. Just the same when I worked with Ghost. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be my last Black Friday. This is gonna be my last whatever." No. You're just lying to yourself to make you feel better. I don't know how many times I've heard this is my last Black Friday. And like, you don't want to be mean, so you're just like, okay. And then you move on. I miss some of the people there, but I do not miss the guests. My least favorite person was this old lady who I worked with. She would get so mad at me for not checking IDs with annual passes. Like, every single time I would not check one, she would get mad. So much when I worked at with you just triggered me instantly, and I just stopped caring. Actually, now I take it back. Alexis is my least favorite person to work with. Because she's really mean. And she thinks I have red hair. How's it going, Alexis? You're not actually my least favorite person to work with. Obviously, you know that. I don't need to say that. And by the way, I dyed my hair, so not red anymore. I don't think I had like a least favorite person in games that I worked with. Everyone was pretty fun for the most part. You think you invented sarcasm, but you didn't invent anything. Oh, I bet you do have several. Maybe I'm missing someone. I feel like I am. I feel like there was one dude who used to work games that I did not like, but I don't remember. I mean, that's just facts, though. It's hard because I don't know who works games anymore. The only person I said that I hated working with, I cannot remember her name. She's always Morning Candy. She's one of the older ladies. But I, for the life of me, can't remember her name. She always gave me attitude. She gave everyone attitude. Yeah. Games, for the most part, was pretty fun, though. I know you weren't the biggest fan of it, but I liked it because I wasn't there 24/7. Oh, I bet you could. It would probably be such a long list. I know when I worked at Best Buy, there were definitely people that jumped out at me who I just, every time they were there, I wanted to pull my hair out of my skull.